I want to help any women out there that want to get into the wig industry, y'all. This is a billion-dollar industry, and we all could eat. We all could. Hey guys, so this video is about starting. You already seen the title, starting a wig business. Yes, honey. A glueless wig business. Well, yours don't have to be glueless, but starting a wig business, honey. Y'all don't understand how much this topic means to me, because I truly love making wigs, y'all. Like, I truly love it. I want to help somebody that's interested in getting into the wig business. So let's get started, y'all. Didn't write any notes, so this is literally from the top of my head. This is literally some advice that I wish I knew when I just started, and some advice that I know that if I knew in the beginning, I would have been way further. But let's get into the video. So the first things first, I just want to introduce my wigs. I have a couple wigs on display here. Look at that, y'all. This is a 30-inch deep wave wig. These are some of the wigs that I keep in stock. So these are considered our ready to ship wigs, that once a client's placed the order on our website, it ships immediately to them the next business day. So since we're already talking about ready to ship wigs, let's talk about it. I think that when starting a wig business, unless you have the funds for ready to ship wigs, I don't think you should really start with ready to ship wigs. This is not something that I added to my brand until later on, when I started making money. If you do have the funds, you can do ready to ship wigs, but honestly, I don't even think you should even think about that. If you want to, if you're starting from like ground zero, you're starting from just your bare hands, don't worry about ready to ship wigs. But these are wigs that you either construct or you get pre-made from your vendor, and you style them and you just leave them hanging, chilling, until someone orders it on your website and it ships directly to them. But there's a big risk with keeping these wigs in stock, because you don't know if they're gonna sell. But that's the whole key of being a business owner. You're betting on yourself every single time. You're betting on yourself, knowing that if you order a certain amount of hair or a certain amount of wigs, they're going to sell. You know that for a fact. That's the type of mindset you need to have coming into business. What I have on my head is one of our glueless units. This is the RE unit. It's glueless, y'all. I'm literally gonna take it off right after this. It's dyed by us, and this is something that's on my website considered made to order. It's pre-made. What that means, it's pre-order. What that means is that I have it displayed on my website, and if someone wants to order it, they literally click that wig, and then it takes a certain amount of business days for it to get made. So on my website, it's 7 to 14 business days. I think the typical turnaround time for wig makers is like 7 to 28 business days. So that is a very huge gap. Of course, people want to receive their item quicker, but you just have to be realistic to know what your audience or your clientele, what they would wait for. So that's another thing. Your target audience, you gotta know what audience you're targeting, and that will determine what kind of quality of hair or quality of wigs you want to bring to your business. So if your target audience were synthetic wigs, obviously your business is going to have to display your synthetic wigs and target them in a specific manner, and of course that brings a cheaper audience. And in my opinion, a cheaper audience comes with a lot more headaches, in my opinion, from my experience, and a lot of other business owners can attest to that. For me, I decided to stick with 100% virgin hair, which is right under raw hair. Raw hair is literally unprocessed hair that comes directly from somebody's head. Like, it's unprocessed, it's raw, it's straight to the bone. This is like high, like this is a lot of, this is top at the top hair, and it's a lot of money. It's the most expensive hair texture to have as a business owner, hair owner, wig owner. So keep that in mind. I decided to stick with 100% virgin hair, which is processed in order to achieve these curls, but the hair is guaranteed to still last you a great, it lasts just about the same amount of time as raw hair, and the quality is still unmatched. I have reviews on top of reviews to back that up. Like, the hair is, as you can see, it's holding the curls. Like, you can see it colors well. 100% virgin hair is where it's at for me and my audience. So that's where I decided to start my hair business, and I absolutely love it. Maybe in the future I will add raw hair to the business, but we will see. We don't know where life is gonna take us. So you want to consider what kind of hair you want to bring to your audience. What audience are you trying to target? You want to consider that. The other thing you want to consider is, when I just started, let's talk about my beginnings for a little bit. So when I started, I didn't have made to order or ready to ship wigs. What I had was provide your own bundles or use my own bundles custom wig construction service. So pretty much people will bring their hair to me, or they will use my 100% virgin hair, and I will make them a custom wig. That was just a little hustle to get money coming in, y'all. Like, but don't be like me. I use that money to pay some bills and whatever, probably splurge, eat out, I don't know. At the time I was just a college student, so I say use that money to put it back into your business. Whatever money you make sure you put it right back into the business, so your business could grow and be further and be where it needs to be. So that's the number one thing that I think you need to add to your wig business when starting a business, is a custom wig construction service. Basically, you're taking people's hair and you're constructing the wig. People prefer custom wigs because they last longer. Custom wigs are wigs that we make on a sewing machine, or you can make it by hand. When I just started making wigs, I started by hand. Then I decided I wanted something that can last longer than the by hand method, and that can save me more time, because it used to take me like 4 hours to construct one wig. Now it takes about an hour to construct the wig. So you see the difference, and it lasts longer on the machine. Now when it comes to making a wig on the machine, definitely I recommend taking a class. Y'all, like I said, I was a college student. I wasn't trying to pay that much, so I did the trial and error method, where there wasn't much YouTube videos, but from what I saw on YouTube, I practiced and I practiced and I practiced. It probably took me about a month or so to learn how to use the sewing machine. But I recommend that you guys take a class, because this is a competitive market, and you want to make sure that your wigs are quality and that they're going to last. Whether it's in person or online, take a class. I do offer both. If you're in the Miami area, I have an online class. If you're wherever in the United States or around the world, I do have that. I will link everything down below. So, or you can just take anyone's class, y'all. Just make sure they're quality. I have 7+ years experience, and I've taught over 20 students. So just make sure you're finding a teacher that has experience and knows what they're doing. That's that for the custom wig option. So if you don't want to actually construct the wigs, you can do pre-made wigs. So pre-made wigs are wigs that you can buy wholesale from a vendor. So when you buy it wholesale from a vendor, they construct it wherever they are, most of them be in China, and then when it comes to you, all you're doing is bleaching, dyeing, and styling the wig, and that's it. A lot of people have their wig businesses structured just like that, where they don't want to make nothing and they just style, because you know that's just what they want to do. So you can consider whether you want to do the custom made option or the pre-made option. I prefer the custom made option, because a lot of people prefer to have a custom wig and it lasts longer, in my opinion. And I like that it's custom to your head size. Like, it's just very custom. Like, I don't know, I just prefer the sewing machine method. And you can add as much bundles as you want with that. With the pre-made method, you can still go in and add bundles, but the way that these vendors construct it, it can be a little difficult. But with a custom made option, you can add 4 or 5 and then maybe 6 bundles, depending on the size of your head too. Because if you have a small head, of course you're not gonna fit no 5 bundles on your head. Okay, another thing that you want to consider is you want to make sure you have multiple hair vendors, so multiple good hair vendors. So whether you're selling raw hair or virgin hair, you want to make sure that you have multiple vendors. I say at least 2 to 3 vendors, especially during this panorama. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Especially during this pandemic, y'all know that either well, if y'all don't know, I'm gonna tell y'all, either these vendors taking longer to send in your order, or they don't have certain things. Like, it's not really that much of a headache. My vendor is good. We good over here, but you know, you just want to make sure you always have a backup. Even before the pandemic, I always had a backup just in case. These are all vendors that I tested out, and I saw that it was quality hair that we can use for the business. So make sure you have multiple hair vendors. Another thing that I want to touch on, y'all, is standing out in the wig industry. Like I mentioned earlier, it is a competitive market, so you want to stand out. And one way that you can stand out is with your packaging. Packaging is everything, y'all. Look at Louis V, look at Chanel. It's simple, but it's cute, and people save their boxes. That's the type of experience you want your customer to have. While I was watching, that's something that I see people don't really talk about. The packaging, y'all, is so important. I've had clients say, like, it's so aesthetically pleasing to receive your wigs, and I'm super happy that, you know, the packaging is up to par, honey. So you want to make sure your packaging is lit. Your packaging is A1, okay? Again, that is something that's gonna cost, but I mean, you want to stand out some way, somehow. It may not be packaging. Just think outside the box. Think of how your wig business can stand out amongst a lot of, you know, really good hair and wig businesses out here. So you want to think about that. And then another thing that I would say is, y'all, don't think too much about the funds when starting a wig business. I started with zero. Literally, I was using my custom wig construction money so whatever I'll make from that, I'll go and buy products, or go and buy a wig stand, or, you know, go and buy something that I'll need for the wig business, which at the time was just more of a hobby. But don't think too much of the funds. Also, look into business credit. Business credit is literally the best way to build your business. If I could start my business from the beginning, I would use business credit. I wouldn't really use my personal money. It's another topic that I will probably touch on later. We'll see, y'all. But I just want you guys to look into business credit. Look at different business owners who are talking about business credit, and look into that if your business is a registered business. Another thing that a lot of people do not talk about when it comes to having a registered wig business or hair business, whatever, you want to look into grants as well. Google grants in your city, grants in your state, grants in the country, and see what's being offered for your business, because, y'all, this is free money. This is free money that they're giving to you if you express how much you need it. I want to mention that I do have a video of how I started my hair business. I will link it for you guys to watch. So if you guys are interested in seeing that video, has a lot of great information for anybody that wants to start a hair business. And that's why I decided to make a wig business portion, because some people don't want to sell hair, they just want to sell wigs. So I do both, because I'm like, why not? But, you know, to each its own. So I will link that for you guys to watch. That's my insight. I definitely hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope I touched on everything. Honestly, there is so much more to talk about. Let me know if y'all want a part 2. But those are like the basics that I would want you guys to know when it comes to starting a wig business. So let me know if y'all enjoyed this. Let me know if y'all want more. Let me know what y'all think. And thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you guys later. Bye.
second, every minute. Man, I swear that she can get it. Say it.